All right, before we get started on the initial documents, it's important to discuss who the petitioner and who the respondent is. It's probably one of the most common questions that I get, and let me just clarify. So if you're going to the courthouse and you're paying the filing fee and you're dropping off all of these documents, you're going to be the petitioner. So it's the easiest way to remember. You're going to be the petitioner through all of these documents. Don't change them. If you're the petitioner on one, be the petitioner on all of them. Even moving forward, if you ever have to go back for whatever reason, you'll still be the petitioner. So with that in mind, the first document that we'll do is the VS-300. It's just a fancy term for a certificate of divorce. The only way to access this document is actually through the Kentucky court's website. And so we provided a template, kind of a example for you to review. But when you fill it out, you go to the website, you'll fill out the questions that they'll ask, your name, your date of birth, how many marriages have you been in. Once you hit submit, it will create the document for you. So you don't need to edit it. After that, the next sheet is the cover sheet. So again, we provided a template for you, but this is another document where it's very simple. You'll list the petitioner, the respondent, whether or not you have an attorney. In this case, you won't. And then what is the action that you're filing? So in this, you're filing a divorce, whether it's with children or without children, but Kentucky actually calls divorce dissolution of marriage. So when you look at the check boxes, they'll say dissolution of marriage with children, dissolution of marriage without children. Those are the boxes that you're looking at checking, whichever one applies to you. Finally, the family case information data sheet. This again is very self-explanatory. You'll go through it, you'll list the information. Now, there's three main key takeaways from this video. So one, the VS-300 and where it's located. Remember, this is just the certificate of divorce. It's just a fancy number associated with it, and it's located at the Kentucky court's website. So we'll also have a link provided for you, so you can go directly there. So the three key points to remember in this video is that the VS-300, that certificate of divorce, that's going to be available through kycourts.gov. That's that website that will take you directly there, that you will fill out all the information that's asterisk, and then it will generate the PDF for you. The next is a redacted versus sealed copy. We don't want to publish your full social, your date of birth, your children's names, their information. So what we do is you file two copies of everything. One will be a full copy of the cover sheet. One will be a full copy of the VS-300, the divorce certificate. Now the family court's data sheet, that's the one that will list socials, date of birth, all of the personal information, and that's what we need to file two copies of. One's going to be redacted. It's only going to be the last four of your social, the last year of the year of your birthday. And then also, if you have children, it'll just be an abbreviation for that. So if their name's Chris Wise, it would just be CW. Finally, the last key takeaway to remember is that on that family case data information sheet, at the very bottom, it asks whether or not you have been involved in any other litigation amongst each other. So this could be domestic violence. If you have kids, it could be a custody hearing, child support. If any of that exists, you'll have to list the basic information that's required at the very bottom. So in our next video, we'll talk about what we need to do to file and the last two documents that we'll need before we go to court, pay the fee, and get the action started.